These are the Beyerdynamic DT275 Pro, headphones that are built to listen in loud and unpredictable environments. Most people are going to test them at a desk and indoors. I took them out here into the forest. Now before we start, a quick disclosure. This video is a paid partnership with Beyerdynamic. They sent me both the DT275 Pro and the DT770 Pro X to test. They didn't see any script and they didn't get any approval for this video. So everything you're about to hear is my own honest opinion about this device. So first, what is it? These are compact, highly isolated on-ear headphones. They are built for professional use cases, for mobile workflows and for working in loud environments. They're currently priced at 119 euros or at 149 US dollars. When I first opened up the package, I noticed their lightweight and their very compact size. Both of these things matter to me because I always carry a pair of headphones in my backpack. They come with this coiled mini jack cable that gets plugged and locked into the headphone. And it can be plugged into both sides, which is a nice bonus, and I can definitely see me change it every now and then. You also get a soft back where you can put your headphones into, as well as this headphone adapter right here. The ear caps are both rotatable, and they come with these replaceable soft pads made out of imitation leather. Same for the head pad up here. I've used and tested them for three things: field recording, music production, and DJing. For field recording, I've used the Sennheiser HD25 for years. It's also a closed-sealed on-ear headphone. So when Beyerdynamic sent me the DT275 Pro, I was really curious how it will perform in the situations where I record. So for field recording, a properly sealed headphone is a must. Because if you turn up the gain, you only want to hear the sounds coming through the headphones and not from the outside directly. Only like that you can actually make decisions about the placement of the microphone. Beyerdynamic states an isolation from external noise of 22 dBA. To your ears, that's roughly a fifth as loud as without them. But that's also highly dependent on the frequency. Lower frequencies still travel through without a lot of problem. What gets sealed best are mid and higher frequencies. So let's put them on and let's see how loud I have to set the monitoring so that outside sounds disappear. So it actually works really good. If I clap and hold my head like that, I hear the clap on my left ear, even though I'm clapping on the right side of my head. So that's already a pretty good sign, even though this is not a scientific measurement. Now, if you move your head around often during the recording, a problem that can occur is handling noise. Now, handling noise can actually go both ways, right? So if the cable touches somewhere, you can hear it on your headphones. And if you move your head around, the movement of your head can also get stored on the recording. So how do these headphones perform when it comes to handling noise? Let's do a quick test. And also that works actually really well, especially on this part right here, between these two coiled parts. So these coiled parts, they actually decouple your headphone from the recorder, and it really makes a difference. Now, back here in the studio, I'm also really curious about how they perform in a more controlled environment. So let's pull in the field recordings that we just made and mess around with them. If I clap, if I clap and hold my head like that, I hear the clap on my left ear, even though I'm clapping on the right side of my head. So the sound appears to be quite linear for my taste. Closed on-ear headphones often have a slight boost in the bass region. For the DT275 Pro, I can say that it definitely feels full in the low end, but not overly pronounced. So they do sound very natural and not overly exciting at all. That's a good thing, because otherwise you would just get tired after listening with them for too long. Now, I want to be clear about one thing. I'm not going to make any final mixing decisions on these. That's just not what they're built for. For that, I still have my DT1990 Pro and of course my studio monitors. These headphones are better for the first part: recording, editing, production and sound design. When I first put them on my head, they felt very comfortable right away. And after a test where I wore them for 1 hour straight, they still felt that way. I wear glasses, so that's a natural pressure spot that you can feel after a while, but that's actually the case for almost all headphones. I also gave them to my girlfriend to test, and she was very surprised by how comfortable they immediately felt. By the way, these R and L markers are super handy. You just look at them and you immediately know how to put them on. So here we now have a DJ set up, and let's just play a track through the speakers really loud and at the same time try to cue a new track on the headphones. So let's see if that works. Okay, so that also just works perfectly fine. Depending on the size of your head, you can also extend the ear cups. And that's a function I'd be curious to test in 1 or 2 years. I've known headphones that started to become wobbly and didn't stay fixated after some time. That's something I cannot tell you at this stage, but until now it feels reliable and well built. I've been using Beyerdynamic headphones for a long time. I bought the DT1990 Pro over 5 years ago with my own money, and I still use it on almost all of my mixdowns. This one is a very analytical, open back over-ear headphone, which is completely different from the DT275 Pro. It has a lot less bass and is very clean in the high frequencies and much pricier at around 550 euros. I also have the DT770 Pro X here that Beyerdynamic sent to me. That one is something in between the two. It is a closed back over-ear headphone that is perfect for music production and also monitoring. It is less sealed than the DT275 Pro and also a bit bulkier. It is currently priced at around 200 euros. So this brings me back to the DT275 Pro, the one which is made to bring along with you wherever you go. It seals great in loud environments and it has a very natural sound for various use cases. It's priced at 119 euros or $149 at launch, which makes it the most affordable between the three. I kind of fell in love with this headphone, to be honest. I've been listening to a lot of music with it, and also recording outside with it is just a lot of fun. Now, one thing I haven't talked about yet is the design, and I really feel that this is on point and it completely fits my taste. Now, this is an on-ear headphone and it seals by pressing on your ears, and if you wear glasses and you work in long sessions, you will feel that at some point. Now, if you mostly work on a desk in a quiet room, you don't need this much isolation. And the DT770 Pro X is a more comfortable solution for long sessions. There are also a few things that I cannot tell you right now after using them only for a few days. How the pads hold up, for example, over time, or whether the extension still sits tight after a year. But from what I know now about them, if you're field recording or you have to listen to sounds in a louder environment, I can recommend these headphones without hesitation. Now, if you want to get your own pair, links are in the description. And if you want more of these kind of things, sign up now for my newsletter Creative Monday. I send it out every other week and you can sign up now with the link in the description. I see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.